Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
A deadly morning in North San Antonio. A man walking near I-10 and Bernie Stage Road is hit by a vehicle twice. Who police are looking for this morning? The details coming up on GMSA.
And San Antonio is growing and new jobs are pouring into town. We're going to see how San Antonio compares to other parts of the country and why manufacturing is on the rise here in the Alamo City.
And let's take a live look out at the Alamo City. A gorgeous start to your Sunday morning, the last Sunday of 2019. 56 degrees to start it. Good morning. I'm Max Massey.
And I'm Stephanie Cerna. Thanks for joining us. It is Sunday, December 29th. And yes, the last Sunday of 2019. Hope you're enjoying it so far.
It is crazy. It is the weekend in between Christmas and New Year's. Yesterday felt more like April or May. And Sarah, you're saying that today we could actually kind of see the same sort of conditions.
Well, actually, it's going to be a little bit more sunnier than yesterday. Yesterday, we had areas of cloudiness and some light rain. But as you can see right now, things are starting to clear up a little bit. Winds are turning from the northwest and actually picking up. We've got a northwest wind at about 15 miles per hour, and we've got humidity at 45%. So it is pretty dry outside right now, but those clouds are slowly going to be clearing here very shortly. We've got 56 in San Antonio, 52 at Bernie Stage Airfield, 45 in Comfort, 43 in Kerrville. Taking a look at those winds again, they're really starting to pick up. Even later on in the afternoon, they'll be gusting up to 30 miles per hour from the northwest. A reinforcing shot of cooler air moving in, so that today the high will only be in the mid to upper 60s. We will have complete sunshine though in the afternoon, and a northwest wind, like I said, gusting up to 30 miles per hour. I'll be back in a minute to talk about your New Year's Eve and New Year's Day forecast. Max, Stephanie.
Thank you, Sarah. Boy, a wrong-way driver pulls over, gets out of his vehicle, then gets hit by a vehicle twice, and this morning is dead.
It happened on the I-10 Frontage Road and Bernie Stage Road just before 2 a.m. Our Alicia Beretta is live near the area of that fatal accident.
Right off the Frontage Road westbound. I just want to show you the area of where this accident happened. That driver is said to have been coming headed the wrong way, so eastbound here on the westbound, traveled all the way closer to where we're standing and parked his car here between these orange cones, and that's unfortunately where he got hit. We're still waiting to learn the name of the victim, but police tell us the victim was driving against traffic westbound Frontage Road on I-10, pulled over just before Bernie Stage Road and got out of his vehicle. According to police, the victim began to walk away from his car and was hit by a vehicle exiting I-10. Unfortunately, that driver didn't stop, and moments later, another vehicle that had exited I-10 unfortunately also ran over that victim. Police say the second driver did stop and called police. As of now, that second driver has not been charged. That driver claims they did not see that victim lying on the road, and they actually thought that they had hit a deer. So again, they did stop, and immediately they realized it was a person and ended up calling police, and that victim was pronounced dead here on the scene. Reporting live, Alicia Barrera, KSAT12 News.
Thank you, Alicia. Details continue to unfold about a former UTSA football player now accused of murdering his own sister.
Travis County Sheriff investigators are reporting that 25-year-old Michael Eguwagu stabbed his sister to death at a home in Pflugerville on Friday. Now, for now, Eguwagu is facing a murder charge, but he could face more charges if an autopsy reveals his sister was pregnant.
Eguwagu being held at the Travis County Jail right now without bond.
In New York City, local police say they have located a vehicle and a possible suspect in the overnight stabbing at a Hanukkah celebration.
This is the latest attack against the Jewish community in the New York area in just the last week alone. We're going to continue to follow this story in our later newscast and right now online at KSAT.com.
And closer to home, according to the FBI, hate crimes are on the rise here in Texas. New data from the FBI shows a significant increase from 2017 to 2018.
Last year, there were 457 reported, compared to just 192 the year before. Our Tiffany Huertas taking a closer look at the numbers, breaking down how these crimes are categorized.
On Christmas Eve last year, a Northwest San Antonio church was vandalized. Pentagrams, other satanic symbols, and profanity were found tagged on the Fellowship Bible Church. This is just one of several hate crimes reported in our community. But what exactly is a hate crime? A hate crime is defined as a criminal offense against a person or property that is motivated by race, religion, sexual orientation, gender, and disability. Hate crimes became punishable in 1968 after Congress passed a statute that was then signed into law by President Lyndon Johnson. That law makes it a crime to threaten or to use force against any person because of race, color, religion, or national origin. Since then, the law has been strengthened. In 1996, destroying religious property based on bias became criminal. In Texas, racially motivated hate crimes saw the most dramatic increase. These cases alone spiked from 117 in 2017 to 314 in 2018. In Texas, incidents involving religion, sexual orientation, and disability also rose. Here at home, there were 6 hate crimes reported in 2018. That's compared to 4 the year before. Records obtained by KSAT12 show 3 of those crimes were based on race, ethnicity, ancestry. 2 were based on religion, and 1 was based on sexual orientation. I'm Tiffany Huertas. To see more stories like this, check out KSAT News at 9, Monday through Friday.
And as we previously reported, the Southern Poverty Law Center says that there are more than 1,000 active hate groups in the United States, 73 of which in Texas, and at least 4 based here in San Antonio. To see all of this reporting on the subject, just head to KSAT.com.
And taking a look outside with TransGuide this morning, there's 37 at the Alamo Dome. Looking pretty quiet right now, but I know Alamo Dome will be pretty packed on Tuesday for the Longhorn football game. But anyway, right now, roads looking good.
All right, well, 2019, a strong year for the San Antonio job market.
The growth rate in the city was 2.8%, which is higher than both the national and state average and better than last year. The top 2 growing industries in San Antonio over the last year have been hospitality and construction. Those industries show a sign of growth because it means people are moving to and visiting San Antonio. However, they are not typically high-paying jobs.
But the 3rd fastest growing industry in San Antonio is manufacturing. That provides high-wage jobs. It has high potential to keep growing here in San Antonio. And in a conversation with KSAT12, San Antonio Express News business editor Greg Jefferson says it may be odd to consider manufacturing, especially in the auto industry, as an area for growth in a city not previously known for this type of work.
Here in the Alamo City, more than 20 companies have committed to building plants in town, including Toyota's expansion and Navistar, which will make commercial trucks and school buses. In fact, Jefferson says manufacturing growth can be tied back to Toyota's decision to build a truck plant on the city's south side.
In retrospect, I mean, when you look at that decision, it was a real leap of faith. I mean, this was basically $1 billion investment that Toyota was going to make in San Antonio. And it wasn't a proven auto manufacturing center. There were serious questions about whether we would have the workforce to actually fill those positions.
However, Jefferson says San Antonio has struggled at times to provide the skilled workforce to fill those positions. He says the city and local universities continue to offer programs to train the next generation manufacturing workforce to help this industry grow.
And Jefferson also says the growing job market has an impact on the housing market in the Alamo City. Coming up in our next half hour, we're going to hear the projections for the housing market in 2020.
It's really cool to see San Antonio grow in such different organizational ways.
Different areas, yeah.
Especially the south side.
Yeah, as long as we're growing.
As long as we're growing.